When you're setting off on a backpack adventure in the middle of nowhere, you have to make sure you have all the essentials, because as we go down that road, we're gonna be 4 hours away from the closest town and the closest person that can help us. So you need ice, you need water, you need food, all the gas you need, all the essentials.
All right, we got plates, we got bowls, we got breakfast grab and goes. We don't need dairy, it won't keep well.
Well, we need one piece of dairy.
No, you don't need eggnog.
Why not?
What would you need eggnog for? It's gonna take up space. You need water. You need like essentials.
I get 2 months a year to drink eggnog. 2 months. And you're gonna take 10 days out of my eggnog season for your moose hunt.
You drink eggnog for 2 whole months?
This isn't about
No.
me. It's about the need.
We don't need it.
Fine. Chuck, Jeff said we need this, so. Now this is an old logging road that we're on right now, and they use it to kind of connect the North Woods of Maine to the heartblood of the economy down here. It runs all the way through Canada, and it's the last road we'll be taking. They call it the Golden Road. The reason why they call it that is because it cost so much and was so difficult to make that it might as well be paved out of gold because it was so expensive. But as we go down this Golden Road, it's just the start of our drive. But from here on out, every mile that we go, every inch that we continue to go forward, we're that much farther from civilization.
Before we trek into the wilderness, we wanted to stop at the Fish and Game Check Station to speak with Lee Cantor, Maine's state moose biologist.
2014, we started our research looking at adult cow and calf survival because people working in the woods were finding a lot of dead moose in the springtime.
Oh.
We're collaring these animals to compare their mortality rates, survival rates, and I think this is our 3rd year with collared animals. So this spring, with a slight increase in winter tick, we lost 87% of our calves.
87?
Over winter, yeah.
Unreal.
So 61 out of 70 due to winter tick.
I think that's an interesting point, that the ticks are killing them based on blood loss.
The winter tick does its whole life cycle in 1 year. All other ticks do it over 2 or 3 years with 3 different organisms. So a deer tick that hatches out as an egg is going to become a larvae, then nymph, and then adult, and take blood meals at each stage, but they do that on 3 different animals. The winter tick does that all on the same animal, right?
Jeez.
Once they latch, they never let go.
So right now,
I like the commitment.
yeah, it's...
That's kind of like my relationship with him. He just latched on, and it's like his whole life
So
cycle.
you
He
guys
just
are
never...
comparing yourselves to ticks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, comparing him to the tick. I'm the moose. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm the one not trying to get away.
So the winter tick eggs, when they hatch out as larvae, they also are a big clump of them, so you can have hundreds of them on one bush, right? If you have 50,000 of these ticks on you, and that's a pretty fair number,
Jeez.
a moose, especially a calf moose, does not go into the wintertime with any fat because they're still trying to develop their body size, their skeleton. So they have no reserves. They have a diet that has no protein, really, right? Because they're eating browse, woody browse. And then you lose blood. Well, how do you build blood back? You need protein.
Protein, yeah.
Right? So
They're not eating a lot of red meat. Yeah.
Yeah. So these moose over the winter go from 400 pounds, and within 12 weeks, they've lost 30% of their body weight, and they die. And so the conventional wisdom, the scientific wisdom is that a lower density of moose is going to make less moose out there for these winter ticks to get on and do the damage. And, you know, death by winter tick is not pretty. I mean, these animals languish in the woods.
So out of the moose that you collared, it sounded like it was roughly 70 calves, if that's correct, between
Every
the two.
year.
Between the okay.
Every year.
What is happening to those 70?
For the 7 years of our study, I get a text message that says there's a mortality detected on these moose. And we go cover those animals and do necropsies. We weigh those moose in the woods at death and do necropsies through hell or high water, 24/7 response. We did hundreds of these moose.
Wow.
And so we have a lot of good scientific data on this, and we know that's why winter tick is the culprit.
That's a depressing job. It's sad every time you see one, I'm sure.
Well, it is, and you know, the role of hunting, we talk about a lot, that hunting is a management tool, hunting is conservation.
Hearing Lee talk about the winter tick problem put a bit of a somber tone on the 4-hour drive into the wilderness. I do take solace in knowing my harvest of a cow or calf moose will save it from succumbing to a long and excruciating death by winter ticks. And I do pray enough moose are harvested by other hunters so that the ticks will have nothing to feed on and eventually die off. Then moose numbers can rebound and the future generations can enjoy a big, healthy moose population without this terrible winter tick problem.